Ready?
Would you like to start us off, Meghan?
Yes, I would like to.
I've been working on it. Working on it. I've been working on it. Working on.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Workin On It with me, Meghan Trainor, my big bro, Ryan Trainor. Say hi.
Hello.
And we have very special guests today on this episode of Working On Fatherhood.
We got the daddies in the house.
We got
made it.
daddies. We got my father, Gary Trainor. Say hello.
Hi. I'm on the Working On It podcast.
Pop.
The pop is on
At
the
Working On It pod.
Yep. And then there is my handsome man, my husband, the love of my life, Daryl.
Hi. New dad over here.
New dad.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh papa.
Fresh blood.
So I guess we're just going to talk about like working on fatherhood.
Did you see my shirt?
Being a papa. Nothing is stronger than family. Ooh, I love that. Where did you get that?
Fast Five.
Did you see
Not
my
Fast
Did you
and
see my
Furious.
shirt?
What is that, a little
Daryl.
LD merch?
For those listening,
Daryl,
Hair
look
by
at that.
Floby.
we're looking at a T-shirt that Daryl's wearing with my dad's face on it. And a
Handsome
big
shirt.
Floby on it.
So yeah, Dad, did you get a fresh Floby cut recently, or you growing that thing out?
I guess I'm in the middle stages. You know
Nice.
what I mean?
It looks good.
I need a Floby. That's why
Yeah?
I'm wearing a hat.
For those who
Yeah.
don't know what a Floby is, explain it.
Floby
Yeah.
is a device that cuts your hair. You hook it up to the vacuum and it works. And I've been
So
using
it-
it probably
it
15
What does it do?
years. It sucks and cuts at the same time. And
Sucks and cuts.
Sucks and cuts. Floby.
Me and George.
Daryl just
That's right.
bought one.
I did.
It's on the
Did you?
table.
Yeah, I got one.
He's got to open it up.
Clooney, me, and you.
That's right.
We're all
The
Flobin?
trio. We're like the
Flobin.
same person. All three. Oh wow! Look at George. Look at George up there.
Floby.
Yeah, he's
Nice.
Flobin, yeah.
Will it suck? Yes, it will.
I think in a couple of years I'll look just like him.
I mean, I
You're on your way there.
my hair's crazy and I have calyx everywhere and it's curly and all that stuff. And the Floby's the best haircut I've ever gotten.
Well, thank you, son.
Is it really?
It is. It
You're not-
truly is. I'm not
It
fucking around.
really
I'm
is.
serious.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, babe, can you buy one so I can do it myself? I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
Imagine I just give myself haircuts all the time.
I'm going to have to do it.
GT gave me a Floby, but it felt too poofy on the back of my head. It kind of looked
'Cause
like a
you got
toupee.
You got that straight, thin
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
hair.
Well, you're supposed to tell me you didn't like it, and I go back and
Well, I can't see the back of my head. I couldn't tell until.
Oh no, you got to get the mirror out. Go.
Yeah.
Hold the mirror.
you got to pay attention,
turn.
boy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow. Okay,
That's
so
on me.
GT, I was asking you before.
Sure.
Was your dad a good dad?
I think my dad was a good dad. You know, it's kind of funny when you look back. You go to school and you learn all this reading and arithmetic and even music, but you don't really get any formal education in how to be a parent.
Correct.
So what you're grasping, I guess, or looking at is what you had as a child and thinking that's what you're supposed to do when you're a father. And when I got married to Kelly, I realized that I was doing everything wrong, so I just kind of stepped back and let mama raise the children.
Yeah.
And I would get called in for crisis management.
Yes. Or fun playtime.
Well,
There's a lot of
yeah.
videos of us just climbing on you.
Well, that's when all of us got in trouble. I was just like the fourth child, yeah.
Yes.
But getting back to my father was in my opinion, he was a very intelligent guy and a very nice guy, and he was well liked. He had all the traits of Ryan Trainor. He was out.
Really?
He was out and about, a member of several clubs, and he got around. And he got married and had these 3 children. And he was a very hard worker. He always had 2 jobs. And
3 children?
Two children.
2 children.
Yeah, I was like, where
We have
is
another
the other one?
2 children. Well, no.
You and your brother.
2 children, yeah.
Okay.
You had 3 kids.
That's what it was. So we just had two children in the household and 2 parents, and that was probably enough right there. 2 and 2, 4 was good. Dad worked very hard, and he had 2 jobs and worked at nighttime and worked during the day, so it was very interesting. And he did.
So did you not see him a
He
lot?
worked for ADT, American District Telegraph, so he was in protection, ADT, and he worked in the office, and he went out on the road and went to people's homes, and if the alarm went off, he would go in and check the house and that kind of thing. And then he worked in a plating, and then he worked in a plating company or factory, and then he worked in a paper mill. And I visited the ADT and at where he worked, and I visited the plating place where he worked, and it just didn't look like very much fun. And I went to the paper mill where he worked, and it looked like very hard-working man. Never graduated from high school.
Wow.
However, he had a full rack of encyclopedias.
Self-taught.
Interesting.
And he would sit there and read those encyclopedias. So you watch your parents and you instill in yourselves what you see. Like, I think you're pretty punctual when you go to work and somebody tells you to be at a particular time. Megan.
You're
yes.
punctual.
Oh, yeah. I'm always on time.
Yeah. And
I
think
cannot stand being late.
I think you got that from me because I thought
100%.
it was very important that we all, you remember when you say, mount up?
Oh, yeah.
And we'd all get going in the car
we'd get
and we'd go
whistled at.
somewhere and we'd whistled and yelled at, and this is where we're not going to be late.
We're not going to be late.
We
You
were
guys
never
were
late
so
for
good
school,
at that.
man.
Never late for school. Not once.
Exactly. And I think one of the things I didn't really think about at the time, but that was important to me, to be punctual and I always wanted to be the best at whatever I did.
Yes.
I didn't want to accept mediocrity. So I always tried to look at how much am I going to do and how good am I going to be. And I think my father did the same thing, very hardworking individual. So yeah, I think he was a good father, absolutely. Oddly enough, he was in a toboggan accident very early on, and his right leg, I don't know if you know this, but years ago they didn't use a cast. They used they built a little wooden box with sandbags, and they put your leg in it, and that's what so early on he was in a toboggan. He was at the backside I think it was in the front. And I think he was supposed to steer.
Toboggan. Can
in
we
a
stop?
toboggan.
Toboggan?
You don't know toboggan?
No, you know toboggan. Is this
Hold on.
another
Before we
East-
get to toboggan,
East Coast?
I got to get Soka out of here, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's mad annoying right now. I love you. Go play outside.
A toboggan is like a
East
sled.
Coast. It's like a sled.
It's like a sled.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a
See, we
piece-
didn't have toboggans
Look
on,
it, look
on
it,
the
look
West
it.
Coast.
It's a piece of wood that's curved.
Huh?
It's like
At
from
the
the
front end.
1800s.
Did he have like 8 below, like 8 huskies just pulling him?
No,
That's a
you
sled, dude.
It's like a sled. You go down the hill in your toboggan, but you could take several people with you, 3 or 4. And
Adorable.
That
And
was
you
me.
didn't steer this toboggan. The guy.
Oh, that would be me in the background.
There was another guy that threw his leg out, and that would drag and turn the toboggan. And unfortunately, he was in that position.
No.
But his right
His
leg,
leg,
right?
his right leg was out, and he caught a tree, and it broke his leg.
Ryan, you didn't miss anything. A
Jesus.
toboggan is a sled.
He knows what a toboggan is.
Yeah. Well,
I know the toboggan.
Yeah, I think I bought you a toboggan at
for our
one time.
West Coast
yeah.
listeners, a toboggan is a sled.
It's a sled.
A wooden sled, yes, very formidable.
So he was in the toboggan going downhill.
Yep, and
I imagine.
threw out his
Leg
leg
out.
to steer because they thought they were going to
Right.
hit something. Right? Anyway, his right leg caught the tree, and that's how he broke his leg. And so he had a curved leg and limped all his life. And oddly
Just like
enough,
you.
yeah, just turned out to be
Watch
like,
out for your legs, man.
we all
I
turned
know,
out to
dude.
be like
I want a motorcycle so bad.
Absolutely not. I'll buy you anything else in the world.
I just need to feel that rush,
No,
dude.
you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
nothing like it.
I just can't pass on the leg tradition.
Yeah.
Although I do ski often. I mean, it's no toboggan, but
So our dad,
When you're laying there in the hospital in the springtime, there's nothing like it.
I know.
Yeah.
Everybody in there
our
has
dad,
ridden a
nobody
motorcycle.
knows that our whole life you had one leg shorter than the other.
Yes.
So you always had like a cliff on your shoe.
A lift.
A lift.
yeah, well,
cliff.
he would
A
walk
cliff.
into
What?
class in elementary school, and I remember Jimmy Dazell was like, yo, GT, what is that on your shoe? He's like, it's my puddle jumper, baby.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
how I jump puddles.
Oh, I had great stories.
Yeah.
You
And the
great
shark
stories.
attack was another
Yeah,
great
that was
story.
a good one.
But in reality, it was just a motorcycle accident, correct?
Yeah.
But you learn a lot. You learn a lot.
Life lessons.
Sometimes that's the best way to learn. Isn't that right, Ryan?
That is the sometimes you gotta
Sometimes
take
you
the
gotta fall
hard
down.
way. You gotta fall down to get up.
Yep.
That is correct.
Yeah, your
man.
mother didn't like that when I let you do those things, you know. What are you going to put him on that bicycle? That's for a 8-9-year-old. I said, yeah, he's 3, but he can handle it.
I was a big 3-year-old.
He was a big boy. We need pictures of how giant you were.
I mean,
Just massive.
Daryl, you gonna do that with Riley?
I
Just
think
get
so.
him.
I mean, we live so close to a nice little bike path. Start with training wheels.
Do
Get them
we?
comfortable on that,
Okay.
and then take off the
I'm
training wheels.
terrified.
Oh, you got that.
I'll be right there.
You got that basketball court.
And we got
that
the
you can-
basketball.
Yeah.
court.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I mean,
We're
with
fortunate.
kids can take a dive.
Yeah.
You're lower to the ground. I fell a lot on those big bikes, but then I was like one of the first kids to ride in my age group. Like I felt extra cool. But the training wheels popped off pretty quick, and I took a lot of dives.
I mean, you
lot of
guys,
tears.
all 3 of you, and now especially J Train because he's so fit. You guys are very athletic.
Yes, we are.
And I wasn't a very competitive person before I met you, but now it's seeped in.
on.
So Riley's definitely going to get some of those traits, and
I'm
I'm
competitive.
pumped.
Yeah.
I'm pumped about it.
Yeah.
Megan had to be. You got 2 boys, one
Yeah.
older, one younger.
Yeah.
And her
was fighting
problem
for my
was
life.
she wanted to do whatever the boys do and do it better than they did. So.
Well, I was going to say that too. Is that you were saying that you just wanted to be the best at everything that you attempted,
correct.
and I think you did a great job, especially with your kids, because anything that they start, they become like masters at it pretty instantly.
Well, thank you. But didn't I tell
Shocking.
you the mother raised the kids?
Yes, well, of course, it was a group effort.
Maybe I didn't make that clear.
You know how many people are shocked how good you are at basketball?
What?
Yeah, dude. I keep any family member who
I'm not
comes
good
over
at-
or
I'm
whatever.
not good at basketball,
like,
dude.
JoJo's man, he was like, he's so good at basketball.
I'm just
Like-
competitive, dude. I was like, I
Yeah.
have to beat Ben. It's my home court.
Yeah.
I will not lose.
We're good at sports. I think that's the East Coast too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little fire in
Yeah,
your
big
eyes.
Fire. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
grit.
So what's it like being a dad, Daryl?
It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. I didn't have a dad growing up. And so I never really pictured myself being a dad. But it's the best thing of all time.
Were you scared when I was pregnant? Like, oh God, how do I be a dad? I don't know what
I
one
was.
looks like.
I honestly was more scared that I wasn't scared because I feel like my dads were in the movies. I grew up watching guys,
And
their
don't-
fathers
all
on
the movie dads.
all the movie dads. They never let you down, and so and you can see them whenever you want. You just turn it back on. Anyway, I was so kind of freaked out that I wasn't freaked out because all the movies of new dads, there are moments where they're like, oh my God, they have these crisis moments.
Yeah.
And I didn't ever feel that while you were pregnant. I was just so
I didn't
excited.
feel that either.
Yeah. That's
I
great.
don't know. I just knew us. I was like, ugh, we're a team.
Yeah.
We can do anything.
Yeah, we kind of everything that comes our way, we just kind of do it together and make the best of it.
I've never seen you more confident personally.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You take on the dad role pretty well. I mean, you're more
Thank
confident being a real dad than maybe some of your audition tapes.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now, with COVID and everything, now everything's a tape. For me,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
and because we went to acting class at one
Yeah.
time, my confidence is in front of people.
Oh,
in
dude.
Which is so.
In a
I was
room.
mesmerized. I was like, this man was born for the stage.
I love the stage. I love the theater.
Yeah.
And so now these tapes, it's you're alone.
Yeah.
So I'm my own worst
I'm
critic.
there.
Yeah.
You're there too, and you're great, and your notes are fantastic. But then I'm the one who has to watch it back and pick which one, and
Yeah.
I just hate that part. But it's a work in progress. I'm working on it.
Yeah, you're working on it.
I'm working on it.
Working on
that's
auditioning.
another episode.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a whole
another.
nother
But
episode.
being a dad is awesome, and I learned a lot just by watching GT, and I learn more and more every day. Yeah.
What was cool is that when you
Yeah.
married me, you got to get a dad.
Yeah. and he taught
I
me
got
a lot.
to get the
A new son.
You gotta get another son.
Another son.
You're out of the picture again, Megan. You're gonna have to fight for a position.
No, we're a team. We're limbs.
We are one.
Yeah, we're one.
Well, I notice that when has the baby and something goes wrong, it's Daryl.
Yes.
It's just
Yes.
like she's handing off the football. What else?
No. She just I'm a comfort, and you know,
And you jump right in there, baby.
It's not what happens.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Sometimes.
it happens
Sometimes
enough
I gotta
times.
pee. Sometimes, like, single moms, single parents are my heroes. 'Cause
Yeah.
what do you do when you gotta poop?
Yeah,
and
take
your
them
kids
with you.
screaming?
Yeah.
We
I
hung
don't
out with
know.
Dad when he was pooping all the time.
I know.
I know it.
What are you doing?
He'd be like, come on in.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Get a chair and a book
Yeah.
and come right in here and sit
We'd
down.
be like, okay.
I look back, I feel terrible. You guys had no privacy. we
No
were always in
privacy.
their grill, dude.
Like every single morning, we'd wake up
We'd
and run
storm
to
to
their
their room,
bed,
jump
and
in it.
jump in, and be like, "Good night." And then one by one, Dad would grab our legs and be like, "You get in the shower, wash
Yeah.
ass."
Trying to
And then-
always sneak in extra sleeps.
yeah, extra sleeps.
I can't wait for
I
that. It's
remember
gonna be
those
great.
good days.
Good days.
Good days, yes. But you're going to be fine. I've
can't
watched
wait.
you, and you're a natural. You're a
Thank
dad.
you.
And you didn't have a dad growing up, but you're definitely going to make up for it, which is very cool.
Thanks.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Now, what about
Thanks.
you, Ryan?
Now, when
Well,
Hey,
you've been
listen,
a
Ryan's got a
father.
couple other
I'm
steps
currently,
before father.
figuring out how to be myself,
Can
and then
you
I can work
see-
on taking care of
Do you
someone else.
see- Like
He's working
Daryl
on
really
it.
claims that he never saw himself as a father. Do you see yourself as a father?
I could see myself as a father because I had
too.
such a good one. I'm
Yeah.
like this, I have the tools. The tools are there, and then I put the booze away, so I think I could become an even better father than
That helps. I did that. So
Oh,
yeah.
Daryl's got a weird addictive personality.
sames.
That comes from my dad. So I hear.
Oh yes, so we've
it's-
heard.
Yeah, and so it was before we started trying. Something just I would think we were at that Sasha Sloan show.
Hi,
And,
Sasha Sloan. We miss you. Love you. She wrote "Working on It" with me.
Yes, she did. But it was Sad Girl Sloan, and so many sad songs. I think we got like a vodka tonic, and I hadn't had a vodka tonic in such a long time, and I was just sitting there listening to these sad songs, drinking a vodka tonic, and I was like, "What am I doing? I'm over it." It was after our Black Keys night where we went and saw the Black Keys.
oh,
See,
yeah,
Daryl
yeah.
can drink forever and not throw up, but
I don't throw
he
up.
falls asleep.
I get sleepy, which
and then I
you
have
know.
to carry his ass, or like
No, you just
I
have to wake
take
me
your
up.
shoes off.
Yeah, I like to fall asleep. I'm gonna take my shoes off right now.
Yeah, how
like
It's
about-
all because Megan's just like, I don't want to watch this movie alone. Wake up, like.
dude, I didn't know I was marrying a grandpapa. Falls asleep at 9 p.m. He'll put on a horror movie and then be like,
Because
Your horror movies are shit.
They're bad.
shit movies.
and
They're
I'd rather
amazing.
watch my eyelids than watch.
the truth
okay,
comes out.
well, other movies,
Okay. Yeah, totally. You pick
fall
one
asleep
tonight.
every night.
Sometimes Daryl picks like weird 80s throwbacks, so.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah,
I
you're
have-
probably looking at those dad movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Going
trying to
back.
learn something.
Daryl loves a rom-com. He loves a rom-com, and I love shitty horror movies.
But anyway, being sober really helped me while she was pregnant. I think maybe
Yeah.
that had something to do with me not freaking out because
Yeah.
you don't have any vices, and you really only have yourself. The meditation was really helpful.
For
I'd
sure.
wake up early and do that, and yeah, I think
What's
it's
that
gonna be great. What?
Dad CBD thing you found recently?
Oh, dad grass.
Dad grass.
Dad grass.
Daryl will buy
Or just-
anything that has the word dad on it.
Yeah. Well, because I'm a dad now, so
I'm like,
literally-
granddads are all
while
dad
I was,
things.
while I was pregnant, he looks at me dead serious and was like, I need dad swag. And I was like, excuse me? He was like, I need a full set of new clothes.
I know, I remember him
that are
telling me
dad
he was-
swag.
he was
And
excited
I was
about
like,
that, so-
what is
So
that?
pumped.
Like,
Now,
what is
what is
dress-
dad? Is dad grass something you smoke? What do you?
You can smoke it. You can vape it.
It's like CBD, right?
It's just CBD, and that's the other thing too. I stopped smoking weed as well for about a year, and throughout the whole pregnancy.
It also helps. It's harder to get pregnant when you're a pothead.
Yes.
What, the semen don't
Yeah,
swim?
they don't swim right.
That's
They're
what they
too-
say.
They're too
there are
stoned.
miracles every day, so I'm sure it's
Yeah.
not 100%.
But the second you
I
stopped,
thought it
we
was
got
about
pregnant.
when
I thought it was
stopped,
just
yeah.
that he wasn't ambitious. ambitious. A little more weed, and I might be able to.
Jesus Christ. No, he was always into it.
So anyway,
Okay.
Dadgrass is great. It's just CBD.
Yeah.
It's
Not
basically
sponsored. He just loves it.
Yep, it's good stuff. And it's just like a nice hug, you know. And that's all that there's to say about that.
You did get a new collection of Crocs.
Yes. Okay. Oh, we're talking dad swag. Yes, Crocs are a must because they're comfortable as hell. You got me into You got me into Grey's Anatomy, so all I wanted to wear were Dr. Scrubs because also comfortable as hell. Also, lots of pockets. And being a dad, you need
You gotta
lots
have
of
pockets.
pockets.
I'm surprised you don't have like cargo shorts.
You gotta have some place to put the trash.
Yeah, the trash, the
Yeah.
binkies, the bubbas, the
burp
snot
pots.
rags, all that good stuff.
All the stuff.
Yeah. And then, a good dad hat. Got plenty of those.
Okay. Hey,
and
Dad.
that's
Dad, can you tell the story about when Ryan was 1 year old and he would just scream till he threw up?
No, he would just keep chugging down the bottles until he threw up. And your mother keep giving it to him. Look, he's going to take another one. Look at and he just continually would take in about 3 or 4 bottles, and then he'd present them back to you.
Love to crush
Wow.
bottles, yeah.
Our kid has
Since
only
day
thrown
one.
up.
Since day one.
Our kid is 6 months old and has only thrown up once.
One time projectile.
Seriously? Dude,
One
you have
time.
an alien baby, bro. It doesn't. Riley doesn't
I
make
think
sense
it's
to
a
me.
soulmate baby.
Yes. When two soulmates get together and
two
make a
souls.
baby,
I remember-
they make a soulmate baby.
I went out there and I bought a special machine. I saw
The
it advertised
vacuum.
on TV. It was the little green machine. And everybody laughed at me. It was a little portable thing, and it would suck up spills, like fluid spills. And I said, man, if it does that, I can just follow my son around, Ryan, and just vacuum at the same time. And everybody
Yes.
made fun of me, and they picked on me and laughed about it until, about the second time he threw up, and I grabbed the machine, and I'd suck it all up, and it'd disappear. And people go, where'd you get that?
Yeah, now you're the cool guy. You're the smart one.
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
GT always had the gadgets.
He did.
You
That's
didn't-
why I'm a gadget bitch.
You didn't really. It was just Ryan that did.
I didn't
that.
throw up?
He was an over-consumer.
Yes.
I was perfect.
I love to consume. If it
think
tastes good, feel good, I'm done.
Mama said that like, cause she had you and you were like a baby, and then she had me. I was an infant, and then by the third kid, Justin, she said that you guys just turned the monitors off and was like,
Well, we just,
let him cry.
we just kept turning them down and turning them around, turning them down, and pretty soon they were off. And we go, okay. But the cutest thing with Justin was put him at the far corner of the house. Did you notice that?
Yes.
Farthest away, because he had a bad habit of waking up in the middle of the night and he'd go, he'd carry on this enormous conversation, and of course nobody was in the room.
Or was there someone in the room?
Ghosts.
But now he would wake up and he learned to crawl out of the crib, and 3 o'clock in the morning, he'd be standing there at our bedside looking at us.
So creepy.
That's terrifying.
Very creepy.
Demon time, too. 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Mama.
It's like, oh, God, now comes the locks on the doors.
Yeah. Dang.
Smart little kid.
At 6 months old, we finally put Riley in his own room. Mm-hmm. I cried. Daryl's never cried yet. Like, has not cried.
Because I know he's going to be okay.
Yeah. Relax.
Yeah, but
Relax.
you got all those gizmos now we never had.
Gizmos.
We have, very happy to have a baby in 2021. We got a great monitor.
One.
We have a
you got
sterilizer.
several.
We
We
have
got
a
a couple
Keurig.
monitors.
Yeah, you guys watch him at all times.
Yeah. I go.
What? Like, where is he right now?
Doesn't he have something on his foot, like a sock or something?
He did, but we've upgraded to another one where we don't have to put anything
Look
on
at
his
him.
foot.
He's sleeping right now.
Yeah, when you guys were setting up your room and the
Is that
baby
new
first
now?
came, and you maybe hang up a camera right over your room, and your bed's not
Everybody
a foot away.
does that.
Your bed's not
But
a
when
foot
we're
away.
gone in the daytime and he's napping,
Oh man, come on! I said, can't you lean over and check on the kid? Man? What are you looking at your phone? You got to find your phone and go.
I need to see
Phone's
his
attached.
heart
Yeah,
rate
phone
and
is
his
right
lungs.
here.
Yeah.
He's only a foot away, man. Take a look.
We go to bed every night with the iPad full open on the video of our son.
Okay, how long's that last?
Okay.
I don't really know.
Battery's worth about an hour and a half.
Are you guys gonna let GT teach him how to swim? I would love to see
Yes,
that.
yes.
100%.
I'm
Oh,
ready.
I did give swimming lessons, didn't I?
You were the best.
Threw Justin in the water and
Threw
said,
all of us in.
Good luck.
Swim.
That's one way to
Swim
do
to stay
it.
alive.
So, yeah, you want to live?
Swim. It was so funny because I taught him to swim underwater. We were at the across from each other, Kelly and I, and we'd push him underwater to,
Float
I don't
up.
know, maybe it was 20 feet away. It was 20 by 40 feet. Yeah, so we're 20 feet apart, and we'd float up and go underwater. So pretty soon, he just felt that he was supposed to swim underwater. So it was kind of
Became a merman.
When people came over and you picked up your kid and threw him in the pool and he disappeared.
Scare the shit out of all the other parents.
Oh my
He
God.
thought he was a baby whale.
Jesus.
He'd go under. He'd go, is that kid okay? Hey, oh yeah, he'll come up pretty soon.
Dude, I remember, I think it was Jamaica. We were swimming in the ocean, and I was like, Dad, I want to get out there and catch some waves. And I was pretty young. And I remember the entire beach screaming at me, "You're too far. You're too far." And you were like, he's fine.
You were the kid. We put in the bathtub with flippers and a snorkel and a mask. So you really loved it. So your bath time was basically
Swim time.
underwater, under the soap suds, checking out the pool, checking out the tub.
What's
And
under
it was
the
a
tub?
good-sized tub.
And that's why
So
you
then,
decided to build
we
us a
took
pool.
we took him to Jamaica, and we went out in a snorkeling event. And of course, I'm suiting him up to go in the water, and he doesn't know he can't swim. He has no idea.
Oh, I was extra young.
So you,
I was
yeah,
gonna say, I
it
don't
was like-
remember that
I think
trip,
he was.
dude.
No, you didn't
I
go.
was with a
I think he
babysitter.
was 3. I think he was like 3. He was very young, and I put his flippers on, his snorkel, and a mask, and I put him in the water. Go, and he took off.
Hit the wheels.
Everybody on the boat's going like, "Hey, are you comfortable with that?" I says, "Yeah." He doesn't know he can't swim. He's good.
He doesn't know he can't swim.
I get in the water and catch up to him, and he'd be like a 40 feet of water. He'd go,
I was talking all day under there.
turtle, turtle.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, they were people on the boat were freaking out, but he was trucking. He was just going. He thought he was in a big bathtub, so he was fine.
The biggest bathtub ever.
Of all time, I was stoked.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
I guess was that being a good dad?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I mean, because you just believed in him.
People on the boat were
Yeah, you
sure about it.
believed in him.
Yeah, I was a believer, baby. Go,
Yeah, go.
swim for it.
Yeah, I think it's cool. You always believed in us, and especially Meghan. You noticed a talent that I personally didn't see in the beginning.
I didn't see it.
And you got her
Nobody
all
saw
the,
it.
like the original Apple products that promoted music production since day one. It was GarageBand was your first, right?
No.
Before that?
He got me some PC thing. Remember my computer, that my TV, my little gray, little silver one, that you could
Yeah.
make it a PC computer?
Yeah.
It was that, and I was like, I need to record myself. Rachel Bontempi records herself with her brother at her house. I need to record myself. And he was like, all right, we'll figure it out. And he gave me this weird old system and was like, I don't know how to work it, but figure it out. And then one day he came in with a Macintosh
Wow.
and was like, apparently there's this thing called GarageBand on here, and you could produce all you want on there. And I was like, sick. And that's how I learned.
Yeah, but when you
But
say
I
recognize,
sucked.
I think I bought you a guitar, and then I bought a guitar for me. Mine was an acoustic.
He
and it-
gave you your instruments too.
I know.
And I said, okay, we're going to
back.
learn guitar together. So, I started teaching you, and then you lost interest in it. And I had this nice guitar, and I threw it in a corner, and Megan found it.
I found it.
I mean,
in
but I don't know
Justin's
how
closet.
often you sat there with me to try and teach me guitar.
Oh,
I
Let's
don't know
get
about
into that.
you don't like.
And
giving
I was
lessons.
like, yo, teach me
No.
piano. And you're like, ah.
He also was a music teacher, but he refused to teach us.
Well, I wanted a nice
That was his
relationship.
job.
Yeah. But I see. We would have just fought all the time. I think I struggle. I also just get distracted easily. I'm a goldfish, so I have no patience with anything.
Did
I
you have a
think
drum
you
kit too,
had-
though? I heard about the drum kit.
I had all the instruments, man. I just would just be on to
The
the next
passion
thing.
wasn't there.
He was just burning through them.
Got
was
it.
Good.
Drum
Yeah,
kit.
so I
Snake.
guess so. It was all hand-me-downs to Meghan, and Meghan really committed the time. It's really just time management and wanting to.
But I gave her a guitar. She said, "You know how to play this, Dad?" I said, "Well, you know what? I know how to tune it, and I know about a 3-chord song. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to tune it, and then I'll teach you this 3-chord song. And the trick will be between the strumming of the rhythm, you have to switch to another chord, and this is the hard part to learn. So I'm going to give you the 3 chords. I'm going to give you the opportunity to go practice, and I'll see you in a couple of days." She came back an hour later and played the song. "You mean like this?"
trip.
And she played
It's
the
like
song.
this. I stayed in their bedroom on that bed and just hustled all day long.
Yeah, I would
I was
just be
so
like,
determined.
Strum. I'm done. I'm going outside.
So I
I'm
was
gonna go
like,
play basketball.
"Oh man, I'm gonna have to get the kid lessons now."
Wow.
And you had the dumbest lessons. You nice guy, nice guy, but you
I was like, "Come here,
on the Cape, you go
On
for-
Nantucket, I had some too, and Cape. I had some lessons.
Yeah, you go to your lessons. They'd usually show you a song, let's say by the Beatles, and it'd be a 3-chord song.
Yeah.
And they'd say, "Here are your 3 chords that you
Go
need in
learn
this
it.
song. You go learn it." And you go home, go write a different song.
Because I was like, I don't like this song. I was like, this song sucks.
You come back and they go,
Should be
"Okay,
this."
I got your 3 chords down. Yep, I'm all set
Yeah.
to go. And here's my song that I wrote for you." And they'd sit there like, "Whoa."
Yeah,
That's
my
cool.
my guitar teacher, Johnny Spompanato in Cape Cod, he was amazing. And every new chord he would teach me, I'd go home and write a song and come back and show him. And it was cool because like guitar is not like piano. Like it's not like here's a sheet of music and play it classically. It's like no, we all just want chords and we all want to just be able to jam out with chords. And my fingers were so little, but he taught me tricks like cool, easier chords that I could figure out. And so he was like the cool teacher that was like, you do whatever you want for homework, just come back and show me what you learned.
Cool.
How old were you when you picked up the ukulele?
I was in Cape Cod by that point, so I was like, what, 15?
That's at 14, 15.
14?
Yeah.
And I was like, my fingers are so little, can I please have a ukulele? And he got me the nicest one in the world.
And the chord changes were all different for you, but in fact, most of the time I saw you play it and really not know what chords you were playing.
Oh, I had no idea.
You did by the
I am
sound.
all by ear. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You said, "This sounds good. This is my
It
chord."
sounds correct. Yeah.
And
that's
you know,
how
that's
I still do it.
That's not for everybody. I mean,
Playing
not,
by ear?
Not everybody can do that. So it was kind of. So that's where I thought the talent. When you say
That's when
how'd
it
you
clicked in.
recognize, when somebody comes back and plays you a song after an hour, you give them a new instrument, or when somebody takes it and they develop chords that if you were a guitar person, you would recognize them, but I didn't know what they were doing, and she didn't know what they were, but they just sounded good. Listen to this. This sounds good. I go, wow, you got an exceptional ear. The same thing with a trumpet. I took her to Boston to buy a trumpet, a new trumpet, because I said, you know, you're going to be in a jazz band now in high school.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to step up because I bought you all the funkiest trumpets I could find. So I said,
Stuck out.
so let's go. We'll buy you a nice instrument. And I'm thinking she's going to buy a brass instrument. It's going to be nice and shiny and bright. So I took her to a very famous brass place, had nothing but instruments. And we went in there and you sat and they hand you an instrument. And they would be anywhere from $600 up to, there was some that was like $3,000, $4,000.
Jesus.
Yeah. So they gave you, they said, well, and you didn't like any of them, which was amazing. You know, I don't care what
It's
it
like,
was.
these are garbage.
Could have been a Bach, and it could have been a silver trumpet, you know. And they go, now, so finally the guy says, well, I do have this one used trumpet. I'll bring it into you. And what happened? This guy traded this in, and it was he was a jazz artist, and he had stripped the lacquer off of the,
So
off
it
of the
looked-
trumpet.
it looked
so it looked
rough.
like a piece of trash. It looked like something you'd throw away or make a
Yeah.
lamp out of.
Yeah.
He brings it in, hands it to her, had a good sized bell, an oversized bell on it, and completely stripped, which gives it a different sound.
The tone was so warm.
She picks it up, she plays it, she goes, oh, this is it, Dad.
Wow.
And I'm going, thinking of money I'm going to save.
That's awesome.
That was a good one.
And she says, I just love the way this sounds, Dad. This is the one. You know, the rest of them, they got buzz. Can you hear them buzz? No, but I'll take your word
Crazy
for
ear.
it that you're
I just
buzzing.
me and Justin have that ear where like we hear the tiniest things that kill
insane.
us.
Insane
It's
person.
awesome, but it's also a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
because it'll drive you insane.
Yeah, but that's helped you in your career. No,
sure.
no
For
question
sure.
about it. That's why you didn't go to college. You know, you had a chance to go to college, and I said, you know what? I don't think you're gonna like it as much as other people do, because you do. If you go to any music school, your skills become a lot better. But I thought you would learn more on the road with your peers and writing music and meeting people, and that's what happened, and that's how it worked.
That's
Yeah.
such a smart decision too. I feel like a lot of parents just force college onto kids.
I know, and I thought
Yeah.
forever growing up that you were gonna be that dad that's like, go to school just in case music doesn't happen. But like, you were the only parents that were like you shocked me too when I looked at you once when I was signing my publishing deal. I was like, does this mean I don't have to go to college? And you were like, that's what this means. And I was like, hell yeah.
Wow.
And of course, Ryan, we were going to send to prison,
Right.
but he decided to go.
Hey man, at least I never ended up
You
in
never
prison,
went to
dude.
prison. None
Never,
of us did.
never spent a night in jail. I talked my way out of
Never.
it to cops, but I never spent the night in jail.
No, I think the biggest compliments for me was when the policeman would call.
This
and
is
they'd
very
say,
true.
We have your son here. We'd like you to come and pick him up. And he was in his car. We stopped, and I go, oh, is anyone hurt? No, no one's hurt. But you have to remember, we asked your son if he would drive the car home, and he said he had too much to drink to drive the car.
I was 15.
But that was intelligent to me, for a person to know.
Very responsible.
Yeah.
And didn't they say he was nice and
And
polite?
he was polite.
He was polite.
And so the officer would explain to me how polite the young man was. And I'm thinking, well, that's good. And the fact that he had an intelligence enough to know it's entrapment when they let you drive drunk.
Oh, true.
I was like, call our parents.
I'm happy to get out of bed, happy to come down and pick him up. It's not a problem. I think it's great.
It's also Nantucket.
Yeah.
It's like, this wouldn't happen in Boston.
Yeah, they're like, hey, Trainor, you seem pretty sober. You want to drive home? I was like, dude, I've had 10 beers. I don't know what you're talking about.
But I think all of you, when confronted by a policeman, were extremely polite, and I like that. And the same with Meghan. Well, she ran away from most of those, but most people.
What did I do? My speeding tickets?
No, I'm saying you'd run
get
through
one.
you'd run through the forest after leaving the party.
Listen, Nantucket, we were having a New Year's party. I ran.
you do the
Everyone
same
ran
thing.
from the cops.
That's the fun part.
You
do
gotta
the same
run.
thing on Cape Cod.
Bitch, I was in the I was in the bushes.
Yeah, you were in the forest.
I had blood up my
Everybody
legs.
would have poison ivy the next
Hiding
week.
from the cops. And like, I swear to God, one cop saw me with his light and was like, that's fucking sad. And like kept going. I was out there in the cold.
Fetal position.
Just like, it's New Year's Eve.
But later on, I think it was one of the greatest compliments when I would go and I'd sit in an audience and watch you work a particular show, or work maybe a television show, I guess it was, that you were doing, and that somebody came up to me and said, I just want to tell you that what's nice about Meghan is she is so nice to people. And she said to me, this is so refreshing to see somebody in this business that is caring and nice and well-mannered. And she said, that's such a compliment. And it was a good compliment. I thought that was really cool.
I get the same stuff, dude.
Thanks, Dad.
It may not be like, the Grammys people, but it's like, the guy at the liquor store is like, wow, you're really nice.
Your
The
parents
officer
said.
I mean, that was one huge thing for me when we first started dating was, I grew up surrounded by actors and, in LA and fake people. And, we would hang out and she would be one way. And then I went with you guys on tour, and her very first meet and greet, which I had never seen her do a meet and greet before. And I kind of prepared myself because I've seen people, as soon as like the camera goes on, people change. And for her meet and greet, the cameras went on and she started taking pictures, and she didn't change. And she was the same person.
Yeah.
And she's always the same person. She's never, like putting it on.
Right.
And that's when I was like, oh.
But I think anybody in the industry that's connected with that and sees that and recognizes and then brings it to me as a compliment,
Yeah.
I think that's about as cool as it gets.
Very
You did
cool.
that, man. That's
Yeah.
what you and Mom raised us to just be extremely polite and well mannered. And
Yeah, we were
you always told me like it's gonna get you places. Just
Yeah.
play the game
Our
and
teachers,
just be polite.
Our school teachers always told mom and dad like, Ryan's the fun guy in the room and the nicest, like best kid.
Yeah, I'd be friends with everybody. I get bullied, but I'd be friends with everybody.
And you get a lot of compliments on your manners, which
Yeah.
is very
Right.
nice. A lot of thank yous.
And mom's like, as long as you're nice out there, you can be reckless at home. Because at home we were like, oh, you know what my best memories are as a kid was the manhunt that you guys, like the passion and commitment that you and mom put into manhunt with us, hide and seek.
Now again,
basically.
explain manhunt.
Manhunt? Okay, well, hide and seek at the time. I remember like literally our power would go out, and instead of being scared and cold, my dad would be like, it's manhunt, let's go, like hide and seek. And
your
he put us in the washing machine.
He would put us in the craziest spots. He's like, no one's gonna find you, bro.
Yeah, he'd be like, don't breathe for 4 minutes. They're coming.
Like, they don't find me for 10 hours.
Passion that we were never scared as kids. We were like, I will hide here until I
Yeah.
die.
So
We're
what
petrified of the dark,
happened
except
from
for Manhunt.
manhunt to now, where all the lights go off and you go, oh, I need a light.
I realize how scary people are.
Got it.
I watch a lot of murder.
Watch too
Yes,
many
you do.
shit horror
Yes,
movies.
you do. Okay.
Yeah, I think Daryl's going to do a great job of passing on. Daryl's also very polite, well-mannered, just
Thank you.
all-around good guy. I think he's going to do a
Absolutely.
great job passing that down. And then I wonder if you're going to pick up, GT always cooked us the best breakfast
I'm down.
every
I mean,
morning.
I cook Megan breakfast every morning.
But also, ours is going to be a little healthier.
Dude, mine was healthy. Steak and eggs is as good as it gets.
At the time when
was
you guys were
good.
kids, that was healthy, and now
Yes.
with the internet, we find
Mom
out
and
things that we
Daddy
didn't know.
loved us, and every morning, like you know how all your friends in middle school were like, "Ugh, I don't even eat breakfast. Like my parents
We
every
feasted.
day, it'd be a bowl of strawberries, a bowl of fruit, a handful, like so much bacon and bread and everything. The works. It was
GT's
like
Sounds
a,
diner.
amazing.
it was like a
Yeah.
hotel.
I wish I could experience that.
Yeah, and then we'd have Saved by the Bell on every single morning.
Wow.
Yeah,
Shout
I
out,
remember-
Saved by the
And
Bell.
dinner.
Yeah, I remember like gym class. They're like, everyone write down what you had for breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. And I would put down steak and eggs, and the teacher would be like, who's having steak and eggs for breakfast? I was like, yeah, me. I mean, we had steak last night. There's a little left over. He's got the potatoes going. She's like, this is insane. Your dad's the man.
You're going to be
Yeah.
awake till 3 o'clock. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We were fed and we were loved.
Yes, we were.
It
We were
was
very,
great.
very loved. It's all
So
love.
yeah, we got to do that.
It got there on time.
100%.
And we
Yeah.
got there on time.
Yep.
Man, we used to get up at 6.
Oh.
So early.
So
Just because we had to make sure we eat.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. It was make sure
My
we got to
friends would like
breakfast on
crawl
time.
out of bed and then get to school
Yeah.
barely on time and be starving. And I'd be like, I've been up for hours. Feasting.
It's good. It's important.
You got any other tips for Daryl?
Yeah,
Any
do you
other
have any
fatherly advice?
I just think he's doing so great. I just think that you're on the job, man.
Jesus.
Much more hands-on than I was.
Well, all right.
Really?
I don't know if that's because Grandma
I know
Kelly.
what he's talking about. Because Daryl gets up in the nighttime, and you didn't do that, right?
No, I asked. I said, I'll switch off with you, and I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I got it.
Mom is so tough.
Mama really likes babies.
She loves babies, dude.
She loves it.
I also, that's the other thing too, is like, I love this kid. I didn't grow up with kids around. Like you had cousins, you had baby cousins.
Right. This is your first
You-
baby experience.
Yeah, and it's incredible. It's awesome.
Oh my
we should
gosh,
have
I'm surprised
more
you
sometime.
We should have
started
3
on
more.
this.
Okay.
Yeah, oh God, that'd give us something to do next week.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Great.
3 more.
And then you were married twice before, and then you had
Yes,
I
but I
just-
I
so
was
fascinating.
I think I was too jealous because I didn't have my first child till I was like 40. So I was too focused on me and my wants and what I wanted out of life.
you sound like Ryan.
and I didn't want to.
No, but that's important. It's important.
I didn't
That's
want to take
important.
on anybody else's life and responsibility.
It's not fair.
I guess so. I just never had the concept. I got to have children right away.
So then, when with Kelly, were you like, "Oh, we should make babies"?
Well,
Like,
I was 40, and there's a time when you have to realize that. Let's see now. I'm 40, and what haven't I haven't done? Oh, hey, I could have children in a family.
did you discuss it, or did it just was
No,
a
she
surprise?
flat told me that you're gonna have babies, and
Oh, Mama told you.
Yeah, and you're
I didn't know this.
and we're in a hurry
Time's a ticking.
I mean, it was impressively.
because she was
You
like
guys
fire.
went bop, bop, bop.
she was 21 and I guess I was 41. So I probably had the first baby when I was 41 or 42, which would have been Ryan.
Love that. Love has no age.
I mean, it has
something.
worked out well. I'm thrilled with the concept. It has worked out
Yes,
very well.
you
and
thrived.
and I'm glad that I was able to reach this point, and I'm kind of glad that I waited until I was older.
And
where
you promise there's no other siblings out there
Well,
That you know of.
that you know of.
wasn't that so cool? We went to.
Oh, we went to ASCAP.
ASCAP.
And
And we're there in the audience. She's up on stage with two other people talking about writing music. And then they had questions and answers. And the guy comes up to the microphone. He goes, "Hi, my name is, I'm from Springfield, Mass. And my name is Trainor."
and my dad's literally from Springfield, Mass. And I was like, fuck.
I knew it. I knew it.
Is that what you said? I knew it.
I
I
was
knew
like, I know it. Who
Oh
are
my
you?
God.
I was like, are you my brother? Terrifying. It wasn't.
The guy was
No.
so cool. And when I'm sitting in the audience, and when he says that, he goes, "Son!
Yeah, he got up and yelled, son. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Where have you
Mom.
been? My boy."
Mom's just dying.
That's amazing. That is. I wish I got to see that. Dude.
And I'm still friends with him today. He's still
Oh, yeah.
he's still
Pen pals.
writing music, and he's still going along. And I see him on social
It's
media. and
literally
I
your
follow
son.
him. Yeah, he's good. He's kind of a
Take on
rapper and
another
a
train.
singer, and he
Love
works
it.
hard at his craft. And he must have grew up in my house, and I just didn't,
Yes.
know. Hell of a guy. Hell of a guy. It's
my rapper
doing a great
alter ego.
job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what you missed. How is your music coming along lately?
What do you mean?
Hey, you need
Well,
to
you
do an
write
album.
music with your sister.
You
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
Hey,
she just
we
likes to
gotta
hang
write-
out.
We have to write a T-Pain song. I want a
Okay.
song featuring T-Pain, and we need to write it.
Cool. Yeah. Put me in, coach.
Okay, today.
Whenever.
Okay, any more questions for our fathers?
I think
Daryl,
we
do you have
covered
any
a lot of
questions? Like, what do I
bases.
do when
Yeah,
this
do you-
happens?
yeah.
What do I do when, like, I don't want a teenage boy.
What do you do when you have three? Because you only have two hands.
That's a good question. Last question. How do we have multiples?
You mean at one time?
Yes.
In general, how do you?
In general, how do you make sure each kid gets love?
Each kid's. Oh, yeah. The remarkable thing that I always reflect on my past is, you guys are so tight and so together, and I never understood that because we could never take three of you anywhere without
A war.
breaking out. So, like
That
when
was
we
me,
go to a
sorry.
restaurant, Kelly would take Megan, and I'd take the two boys, and we sit at two
It was
different
me.
tables because if you put three kids at the table,
Yeah.
there would just be a disaster.
And if we
Listen,
got
but this
along,
is
it
a
was
time.
worse.
But this is a time at restaurants we didn't have iPads or any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah,
would
they
get
give you
bored, and I'm like,
crayons and-
I'm gonna fuck with Megan.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, let's make this exciting.
Yeah. I was
And we'd have to
tortured.
drag them out of the restaurant, and go, "Now you can't do that. Let's go back." And then we drag them out again.
There's
It was
definitely
just-
there's
That's the
never
good
a
old
dull
days, though.
moment with you guys.
Little fire.
Never.
No.
it was a constant struggle, and I just said, there's no way when they get older they're gonna
Really?
they're
No
never gonna
shot.
hang together.
I'll never let them leave me.
And then
My best friends.
I come out into California, and y'all living together. And then, no, you're not leaving. I know I'm getting married and having a baby, but you guys aren't leaving.
We made it work. Everyone has their space.
Yeah.
J Train's
Definitely
a
an upgrade
little,
J-Train's a little close to us.
He's in the space, but we're making it
There's a
work.
good question. Where is J Train?
He's asleep. He's sleeping.
He's literally
Yeah.
sleeping
Oh,
till 3
okay.
p.m.
J Train,
o'clock.
we love you, baby.
Yeah,
We
love
love
you, J
We
Train.
love you, J Train.
Just in time to be the last one.
Amazing.
Well, I
This
think
was-
that's a
this was
great way
fantastic.
to end
yeah,
the podcast
that was
here.
fantastic. I've learned so much.
Me too.
Thank you so much, Papa.
Thank
I
you,
am
Dad.
so
Thank you,
thrilled that
Dad.
you had me come and talk about the good old days and the days to come.
I mean, we got to have you back. You're electric.
Yeah,
you're the
you're
best dad in the
amazing,
world, and this is
right?
awesome. Daryl, you are now the new best dad in the
love
world.
of my
Thank you.
life, my soulmate, my other half.
I love you too. I love all you guys.
Thanks for
we
doing
love you,
this.
Daryl.
So
Thank
lucky.
you, Daryl.
You were amazing.
Thank you guys for listening, watching, whatever you're doing. Follow us on Workin On It Pod on all socials.
Yes.
And this is dropping every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, new topics.
Yep.
Working on something else every day.
We're trying here.
All right, keep me in the loop. I'll be watching.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
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 Working on